off on all commercial carpet cleaning. Zero res spelled forward or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. Bowl season continues around the world of college football. We'll have a full slate for you on Saturday, beginning at 11 a.m. as UConn and North Carolina face off in the Fenway Bowl. We'll also showcase the New Mexico Bowl as TCU goes toe-to-toe against Louisiana. We'll also have the Independence Bowl that has Marshall and Army as the two clubs hitting the gridiron. JU dropped their final non-conference test at UCF. The Dolphins begin play with a two-game homestand, starting with Lipscomb on January 2nd, tip-off set for 7 p.m. Jacksonville will then host Austin Peay on January 4th with a slated 3 p.m. tip. Right now, 70 degrees at 2 o'clock, time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller. XL Primetime begins on 1010XL.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention. Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time. What time is it? Showtime. Prime time.
It's XL Prime Time. Featuring Joe C.
I'm having nightmares right now.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses, big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Babe, I have to be on. Nothing says football like scented soap.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Oh, we are fired up and ready to go. A Friday. How about a one-day work week? At least that's kind of what it feels like. You show up on Friday, you get your work in, and then you're able to go back and enjoy the weekend. Welcome in XL Primetime. This is a couple of days after Christmas, after you, I don't know, waited for Santa to shimmy on down that chimney and leave some great presents for you. Well, we had a great Christmas. We welcome you to what we would call an XL Primetime Christmas of sorts today. We are at Bold City Brewery, and we're inviting you to come on down. The production house on Roselle Street in Riverside, and we have uncorked our first ever XLP Hazy IPA, our brew. Big Searcy, Matty Hayes, Joe C. We are ready to go. And I tell you what, let's just start. If you're on YouTube, you can easily find us. Matt, you do not have your glass with you just yet, but Big Searcy and I.
I've drank out of yours already.
Yeah, you did, which is fine. Cheers, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Outstanding.
And let me say something.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not a big beer drinker.
Right.
I drink either the wine or the liquor.
Right.
But I would drink this all day. And I'm not just saying that because we're on the set.
Right.
This is some good beer.
Yeah.
Nicely brewed. Got a nice little.
It's got a little Hefeweizen taste to it.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Little citrus taste.
Well, I'll tell you, it's got a little bit of a fruited, and certainly it's got the hoppy IPA, which is what I'm all about. I love sampling all the different beers, but I gravitate to the IPAs. That's who I am. That's how I'm wired. The son-in-laws and the daughter-in-law, all of them kind of educated me on the hoppiness of these beers, and so I went down to the Bold City downtown, where Brian has his setup down there, and Alex and I, the brewer, we met up and we started grabbing bags of oats, bags of barley, all kinds of stuff, put it in there, and basically put it all together and made the small batch. So we have XL Primetime Hazy on the menu here at Bold City downtown or here at Roselle.
So. You know my business. You know I'm an entrepreneur, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes,
all right.
Yes.
So we need to put this in bottles.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Put our lovely faces on it. We got the name.
I don't mind that idea. I have to look at Brian and see if he's willing to do that.
Brian may not like that idea, but yeah.
Okay, all right.
But we can do it in concert with him.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
Like it.
So I do like that part of it. All right, so first off, good Christmas, fellas, Matty?
Oh, yeah. Great Christmas.
The
Great
girls,
Great
they enjoyed
Christmas.
it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Babies, grandbabies?
Wonderful Christmas. Listen, my favorite gift was from my auntie.
Oh,
she
that's
sent
nice.
me some slippers, but they were bear slippers.
Oh.
Get out of here.
Bro, I swear. It was like Bigfoot. They're the most comfortable thing I ever put my feet in. All right? I got them right by my bed every morning now since she sent them to me.
Your auntie still thinks you're a shorty,
Oh,
doesn't
she still thinks I'm a shorty. She will. She really does. But she sent me those things, and I pulled them out, and I put them on because they got this nice little cushion inside them.
Yeah.
That keeps you elevated and it massages your toes. Bro, I love it.
Oh, that is so good.
You're wearing around the house now, aren't you?
Yeah, they're right by my bed, bro. Right by, and there's no shame in my game.
No.
No,
why
sure.
would
Nor should there be.
No.
Right.
No. So I love it. If you guys had a good one, I would love to hear from everybody else out there. If you guys had a good one as well, let us know. Because this is the time. This is the time when you say thanks and you kiss the ones you love, hug your friends, all that kind of stuff. And we certainly can set up the atmosphere today here at Bold City Brewery. So just drop on by. Now we have a handful of we'll call them winners because this is our kind of our Christmas gift to them. And I'm just fanning out our nice little Bold City pint cards that we're going to have with some apps, and they'll bring out the cheese curds and maybe some of those little grilled cheese bites and some of those other things that they have.
What does
out of the
Leon have
kitchen.
right now?
I have the fish bites, and they're delicious.
Yeah, those
you got to
are
try
pretty
one, boy.
good. Yeah.
And listen, the last time I was here last year, I took some grilled cheese. Ate
They
some jerky.
definitely look good.
I'm going to take some of those home tonight.
They definitely look good.
Absolutely.
So we are here. We're hanging out. I'm just gonna go ahead and start off like this. Okay. Here you go, sir. One of our first samplers. Shock. This fan cam. Okay, and he is going to sample a couple of pints. Now you need to ask for that XLP Hazy IPA, bro, and just get a look. Oh, it looks good. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, get that whiff in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Nice to
So
see.
make sure you check that
got
out.
you covered, fan.
All right.
All right.
So the rest of you guys, we got a bunch of others that are going to be coming in here, but we'll make sure that we take care of you. But come on by and say hey. Now, as we set up today's show, this is the last of the games at the bank. You're trying to figure out exactly how this Jacksonville Jaguar football team is going to finish out, high note, low note. It's against the hated Tennessee Titans, so we will definitely be setting that up today as we go along. But we look back, there were a handful of games, fellows, that we saw over the course of the last handful of days. You kind of get a little mixed up because here it is Friday, and I told you guys, I'm pretty sure it's nine days of NFL football over an 11-day stretch. And so they ain't letting up on us. But last night, could you have done without watching last night?
Listen, just when I thought the Jaguars game against the Titans, when a 10-6 debacle was the worst football game I had seen all season, then they come and top me last night. That game, and don't tell me it was a defensive struggle and it was a 6-3 and a cloud full of dust. That was a horrible football game on both sides. And the whole time I'm watching the game, I'm saying, why are they doing this to Caleb Williams? They couldn't give him any good protection. Guys couldn't get any separation at wide receiver. They couldn't run the ball. He got sacked 7 times. He was rendered ineffective. They are ruining that kid. Absolutely ruining
All right,
that
now let
kid.
me put this all into perspective for you,
Yeah,
okay?
please do that. Please. Make me understand it.
The Bears annihilated the Jaguars.
Facts.
That
True.
team that you watched last night,
Yes.
that literally couldn't put one foot in front of the other, annihilated this team.
I know that
That's scary.
I know that you can't get away from the record, okay? And we may even use Oregon, Ohio State as an example coming up as part of this discussion. But you can't undo what happened. That did happen. The Bears beat the hell out of the Jaguars. It was a furry crime-on-crime scene in London. Okay, but that ain't the same.
That was one of the worst losses that I've seen from this team in 3 or 4 years.
Oh, it was ugly, but that ain't the same Bears team right now.
No, it's not.
Now,
It's not.
To your point, though, it may be the same Jags team. Jags had Trevor healthy then.
We might be worse.
Well, yeah, you're probably right because of what I just said. We just went from Trev to Mac, and by and large, the rest of the team is still there. Kirk is gone. A few others are gone. It's not as good, you have to say, immediately because of no 16 under center. But this is an awful Chicago Bears team right now. Okay?
They are.
There is no getting away from that. I did an over-under on Hard Rock. Okay, I regret one thing about last night because the son-in-law got, they're all hanging out here. The son-in-law and young Hyla came in from Nashville.
Yeah.
And so we all had a great time, many, many days of celebration together. And then anyway, he puts together a little couple of prop bets, and I'm Pops is the king of props. I love them, and so I'm looking at all of them, and I'm making plays left and right. And he and I are doing first touchdown, anytime touchdown, this many yards, this many receptions. You know what we should have bet on? Punts.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we should have bet on.
That would've
been
Because
good.
that was one suck of a game last night. The only thing that was the biggest story of all were the punters. And Caleb was running for his life. And I did a little teaser bet, so I was on the Seattle Seahawks plus a couple of points. This is 6-3, and they're throwing it trying to throw it into the end zone at the end. And I'm like, just don't crush my gambling Christmas, please. It was such an awful
It was
game.
pathetic. And the NFL is designed for you to score points.
Yeah.
It is. I'm not going to say rigged, but it's in a way where it handcuffs the defense.
Right.
It gives the offense all the opportunities, and they still couldn't find a way to score a touchdown in that game.
No, it was just bad all the way around. So you got that game. Now, look, we've had a handful of these over the last handful of days. Monday night, there was a shutout. 34 points going one way, 0 points going the other way. An absolute stinker for the Saints, and maybe a little bit of a, hey, let's pay attention to the Green Bay Packers type of game. And you go back to the Jags and the Raiders, not a pretty game at all. There have been a lot of stinkers here of late. And it held the 10-6 game between the Jags and the Tennessee Titans. And now Tennessee has a new quarterback coming in. Is it going to be any different? Mason Rudolph v. Will Levis. Is that team going to be any different Sunday when they kick it off against the Jags, you think?
I mean, look, that team last time,
Yeah.
right? Were they the better team last time when you lost the belt up there?
That was a crappy team. It was one of the worst games, and I've seen really bad games up in Nashville, including Vince Young leading them to one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my
My
life.
point is you left the belt up there.
That was an awful game.
The belt, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Battle of the Ville belt.
I have the belt in hand, and I'm getting the feeling that it may come down once again. The Battle of the Villes will end in a tie. And we will retain the belt, by the way, okay? Because the Battle of the Villes, if we retain the belt, then it's ours for another year if it's a split. We basically have it. This is like the Commander-in-Chief trophy. As long as you split 3 ways, you're going to keep the trophy. But
I just don't see this. I think this team's done. I think they're done. I don't think their heads into it at all. I think they've been trying hard.
Yeah.
Second half of the season, but they're done now. There's nothing left.
Well,
what's left?
But here's the thing: there's like 4 or 5 teams.
You've
maybe
got
even
key
more
players
than
that are still hurt.
But there's like 4 or 5 teams or more than that fall into that same description.
I get that, but you got a quarterback who's playing like he doesn't even practice. Honestly, it's like
That
defensively.
is Mac.
They're still right, but I'm saying they're still defensively. They still don't understand the concept of passing off.
Do you understand?
They don't get it.
When you say that he doesn't practice, they went down the field and got in the end zone the first time all year they've gotten in the end zone on the first drive with Mac at quarterback. Okay, so let's make this very clear. He ain't great, but at the very least, he did have a piece of history this year with your Jacksonville Jaguars as he was under center. He's an above average.
He is what he is,
backup.
man.
He is.
He's a guy.
Yeah.
He played on a great Alabama
He's
team.
pedestrian, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
At
Let's be
best.
very clear here. He was phenomenal in
Yes.
college.
Oh, yeah.
He played on a
But
great
he's just a guy in
Alabama
the NFL,
team.
man.
He played on a great Alabama team, which helped him look great. And as a result of that,
Nope,
he
I don't
was
buy
drafted
that.
high.
I don't buy that.
He was a great college player.
He had a lot of good around
was.
him, Matt. He
Yeah,
had a lot of good around him.
He
ton
did.
of good around
He did.
He
He
had a
also,
lot
he
of
also made
five-stars.
some great throws, man.
Oh, my gosh.
When you got
Yes.
time, of course, you're going to make great throws. When
Yeah.
you got 5-star wide receivers.
I don't
If
disagree
you're
with
in
you.
New York and you got a chance to win the Heisman, you had a pretty good year.
I'm trying to back up my Heisman voter. Right, that's all I'm doing.
I'm just saying you had a pretty good year. But all we're simply saying is that he is regressed. The people around him are not good enough to propel him into a good situation. He was a 10-win starting quarterback as a rookie that went to the playoffs, that hung 50 on this football team going back to his rookie campaign.
He did
But that
something
is-
right his rookie year.
That is so far in the rearview mirror, and he is a serviceable backup. That's basically what he is. If he had other good things around him, would he be better? Sure. I mean, that's pretty obvious with any of these guys that we're talking
And he's
about.
going to play 10 years and make about $50 million as a serviceable backup.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
And heck, Gardner Minshew, same thing. He got him a deal in Vegas, got him a nice little chunk to go see if he could beat out Aiden O'Connell. He ends up getting hurt, broken collarbone, gone for the year, but he's going to probably go right back to where he's making
Anyway, my
cake
point
as a
is,
backup.
point being, to come all the way back full circle.
Yeah.
It's a bad team, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bad team, and I don't care who plays quarterback, whether it's Levis or
But-
whoever.
But I have to ask you: is anyone debating
Mason
you on it?
Rudolph?
Is anyone debating you on it as a bad team? This is bad versus
No,
bad.
but I'm saying bad as in they're not winning again. Like
Yeah.
they're 3-14 bad. They're done. That's what I'm saying.
But that other team is probably saying the same thing. They are so
They got a
bad
better
they're not winning
defense.
again.
They got a better defense.
Are you kidding me? Did you see how many points they gave up last week to a bad Patriots team? Are you kidding?
Have you watched the same Jags defense that I've watched for the entire season?
I'm telling
Leon,
you.
have you watched the same Jags
I
defense
watched
I'm
them.
watching?
It was-
These guys literally don't understand the concept of passing off still.
All right. You're not listening to me.
We're 15 games into the season, and they don't understand that concept.
It was 10-6.
That's a week one training camp, is it not,
It
Leon?
is, absolutely.
Week one.
It is.
I know you
Well,
have that one on your brain, but it is still a...
I have it on my brain because Campo drives it into my head every time I see him.
True.
Yeah. All right. We're going to talk about this game. Give us something to look forward to Sunday. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010. Give us something to look forward to. Is it that last tailgate? Whatever it might be, the game itself, you definitely can come up with whatever you want. Do it with us today. Hit the text line. You can jump in the YouTube chat. We are easy to find on YouTube. All you got to do is search XL Primetime, and you'll see the backdrop here inside the production house at Bold City Brewery. It's the big barrels in the back, and this is where they crank out Mad Manatee, Duke's, the cold-nosed brown ale, which was their signature craft to begin with, and it's Duval's oldest brewery with plenty of other ones as well, the Bold City IPA, and now our XLP Hazy IPA. So we got plenty to get into today, including previewing those next round of college football games, all ahead on XL Primetime.
Defense just stepping up and playing dominant.
A strong fence protects your yard like a stout defense protects the bank.
Number one takeaway defense.
Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
Cigar smokers, all-pro lineman Leon Searcy here for my favorite spot, Cigars International. Cigars International is now open at the Town Center, a massive 6,200 square foot lounge with over 600 cigar brands, a full-service bar, and indoor and outdoor lounges with flat-screen TVs. Give their old fashions a try. They're the best in town. Follow on social for holiday specials and events. Cigars International is now open at the Town Center.
Hey, John, are you a small business owner looking to make the most of your investments?
Absolutely. And now is the time to take advantage of some incredible tax deductions.
You can qualify for a 2024 tax deduction for up to 60% of the purchase price of a brand new Cadillac.
Think Escalade, Lyric, Optic XT5, and XT6.
We have over 100 in stock at Rainy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville. It's the perfect time to upgrade your business fleet.
This is not tax advice. Consult with your tax advisor for further details and to determine eligibility, plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resist all and approved credit.
While other books make promises, MyBookie delivers. This holiday season, they're stacking the deck in your favor with 12 days of Christmas. Now through the 31st, a festival lineup of can't-miss opportunities for bettors to cash in on. Risk-free Thursdays, super boosts, free bets, weekly casino giveaways with hundreds of winners and thousands in cash prizes. All it takes is a 50-cent spin on BetSoft slots to enter. With the road to New Orleans, bowl games galore, and a Christmas Day sports feast featuring NFL and an NBA doubleheader, this is your season to win. The 12 Days of Christmas event is live right now. Don't wait. Use promo code 1010XL with your first deposit, and MyBookie will give you a little extra start to your holiday. MyBookie is offering a 50% deposit bonus for 1010XL listeners just for signing up and using promo code 1010XL. There's a reason MyBookie has been the go-to for serious bettors for 10 years. Whether it's UFC, NFL, college ball, or casino, bet and win with confidence. Make your holiday season a jolly one with MyBookie.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Monahan Jewelers is ending the year with up to 40% off the entire store. Special savings on designer brands and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. We've been adding new merchandise throughout the holidays, and with interest-free financing on any purchase, it's easy to get a beautiful piece for a low monthly payment. Certified diamonds and engagement rings are our specialty. Support your local family jeweler for 47 years. It's our end-of-the-year sale with up to 40% off our entire inventory and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. Visit Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Pregame Friday, built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
Mia here. Since 1982, Closets by Design has specialized in creating dream spaces for every budget. My designer, Frances, made the process so easy. She came to my house and designed a walk-in closet that's not only beautiful, but also incredibly functional for me and old Beau Valentine. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation at 800-293-3744. Hey, and if you mention Mia or Helmets and Heels, you'll qualify for free base molding. Call today or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the Michelob Ultra PBR Jacksonville at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, February 22nd and 23rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
I'm Hacker, and I'll get you more Gator Chomps during the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. New episodes drop every Friday. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I just cannot say enough good things about my friends at Pella Windows and Doors. They have the highest quality products, the strongest limited warranties in the industry, and they just flat out look amazing. But don't just take my word for it. Consumer Reports still has Pella rated #1 in all 3 major window categories, so why not go with the best? Call them today or visit the Pella showroom, and be sure to ask about the latest hurricane and impact-resistant windows. That's Pella Windows and Doors on Phillips Highway, and tell them Mike sent you.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Atlantic Self Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home, or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving? They can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
We love good rock and roll. We love Fridays. We love hanging out. It's XL Primetime. We were at Bold City Brewery, and you can definitely bring some good rock and roll suggestions RJ's way. He's ready. 641-1010. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We got a beautiful setup inside the production house. And when we say this is Duval's oldest brewery, we mean it, okay? This is back when they were probably saying, wait a minute, what are you guys doing brewing your own beer? Well, they've been doing it for over 16 years now, since 2008. And that's a salute to Brian and Robin and the entire clan. But you want to talk about just a cool throwback place. You can find us on Roselle Street or Bold City downtown when you're heading to the game on Sunday against the hated Titans. But you come on by. We got a handful that we did qualify to sample our Hazy IPA. Come in and check in at the table. Say hello, and we'll make sure we get you a couple of pints of the XLP Hazy, which Fan Cam has already put the stamp on it. He's like, okay, this is good. I like this. This has a chance to make the menu. And they've got a lot of other choices. You can take a look, Maddie, whenever they, like, there was a time when people didn't think these breweries were going to make it, and they proved all the way back in 2008 they could get it.
Let me just tell you this: come out here, okay? It's not. You're going to drive up and you're going to think this is a restaurant.
Yeah,
it's a brewery and a restaurant. Yeah, you can get food here. This is really, really cool. It's old school.
Yeah, they kick it
it's
out.
exposed ceilings, and it's really cool. Really, really unique. Got TVs here. Got live music tonight, 7 to 10, Joe.
Oh, yeah. So they got all sorts of things going on here. And there's one of the original boxers right there that Brian's got, and that was the inspiration for the Cold Nose Ale. Duke, the original boxer, and that's one of the pups that has grown up here inside the production house. All right, so over the last handful of days, what have you seen that jumped out at you? Because, Leon, you and I had this discussion heading into the Christmas break. Is Lamar Jackson on his way to an MVP? His numbers are better than Josh Allen, and maybe the voters won't fall in love with him because they fell in love with him last year and they don't like to double up. But what did he do again? He went out and put himself together another outstanding performance, and they beat the hell out of the Texans. It was 31-2 at the end of the game? That's almost as embarrassing as 31-4 Florida-Miami back in the day.
Yeah, it was. Hey, Lamar Jackson more than likely should win the MVP again. I mean, I know Josh Allen has had a phenomenal season, but if you look at the numbers as far as touchdowns, interceptions, passing yards, completions, I mean, he's leading in all categories. But I say this about Lamar: I call him L Boogie. Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't matter how many MVPs he wins from now on moving forward. He's going to be judged on championships.
Very true.
Absolutely, and it's unfortunate that last year that he came up short. He was not accurate in that game against KC. They did not run the ball effectively. He was careless and reckless with the ball against KC. And for whatever reason, the offensive coordinator for the Ravens felt like L Boogie should go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes, which was not a good idea.
Yeah.
You stick to the game plan, which is run the ball effectively, run the ball, and play action. That's the strength of their game. So I think he's going to win the MVP again.
So you are giving it to him?
Yeah, I think he's going to win it again. I think that how he's performed down the stretch. I mean, listen, I always say this. I said that legends are made in the playoffs. I don't care how good you play in the regular season. If you don't showcase it in the playoffs, it doesn't matter.
I don't disagree with you, but bro, he's passed for 4,000 yards this year. Lamar has, okay?
Yeah.
39 touchdowns and only 4 picks.
Mm-hmm.
39 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's going to win MVP.
That's not only that, he's rushed for almost 1,000 yards. He's 148 yards shy of 1,000 yards. He's got how many touchdowns? He's got 4 touchdowns. So he's got 43 total touchdowns.
Yeah, he broke Michael Vick's record too.
And that rushing yardage total.
Bro,
real impressive.
He's going to win it again.
He's got to win it again.
But what does that all matter if he's going home in January? He's not playing in February.
Let me tell you. I'll tell you what it matters. If you get 3 MVPs, I don't care if you win the Super Bowl. You're going to HOF, baby. Mm-hmm. You're HOF bound. First vote.
I know a lot of players that have gone into the Hall of Fame who love it, absolutely love the fact that they go in the Hall of Fame, but they would take a Super Bowl ring over the Hall of Fame right here, right now.
Mm-hmm. I know about that.
Oh,
come
on.
Are you serious?
I think there's a lot of guys who say that.
I might.
But at the end of the day, some of them say Hall of Fame is a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal, but that ring.
I might go with Matt. This may be. Mark this down for Here Comes the Judge next week.
Yes, we might have to do that.
That's a good one. Let's not give away anything right now.
You have to remember, bro, you are old school player, man.
Okay.
It's not players
that's
now.
Not a bad one.
I'm not talking about now. I don't want to associate myself with this era. I like being in my era. Okay?
It's not a bad one, though, honestly.
Bro, Hall of Famers, that's a big deal, man.
But it's cats that I know who in the Hall of Fame would take that ring right now.
Really? Over the Hall of Fame?
No, if it was an order. If it was an order, you go to a restaurant.
I'm telling you, if it's one or the other.
No, I'm giving you what they tell me. If you go into a restaurant, you got to order something. You know what they order first?
The Super Bowl.
Right,
but you and I are looking at it differently. You're looking at it order. I'm looking at it either or.
See, he refuses to do what I told him. This will be next week. Here Comes the Judge.
All right, there we go.
We'll table it right now. All right.
Hey, you know what, Judge?
But I see what you're saying. We're looking at it differently.
I might have to call in somebody too, Your Honor.
Okay.
You going to bring Big Bo in? Is that what you're going to do?
Listen, he's hungry for a victory. He goes, he said, Judge, I'd like to introduce another witness.
I might have to.
Right, but, bro, you got to disclose it. You can't, it's the rules of.
He's a hostile.
All right, so
I'm not a hostile.
He is hostile. All right, so real quick.
It's called discovery. You got to tell me who you got so I can prepare to cross them.
Yeah, but he can introduce them right there at the last second.
No.
And then you got to figure it out.
Then I'm going to object, and you'll have to rule. We'll have to rule with me.
But I do
Let's
love.
ask Campione about that.
When we're talking to exactly, Chris will vouch for you, Leon. But I do like the fact that we are looking at a right down to the wire. Who's getting it done? Separate the player from the team. Sometimes it's unavoidable, and I'll just throw this one thing in, and then we'll move on. That we do look at record, which is what Leon and I were looking at the other day. Why are they in love with Josh? Because of the record over the actual individual stats. But I feel like Josh may even be sacrificing a little bit in some respects this year for that run game. And so maybe the numbers are a little bit down to make sure that the record is better. So we'll see where it goes.
And Josh has, I mean, he beat KC.
Yeah.
And so he's got, but I'm going to tell you, I know we're talking.
He got a chance to beat KC too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He had a chance. Toe tap away. But I'm going to tell you something. Another guy who needs to be on the MVP list is Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. They don't there's a lot of teams right now playing that are seeded that do not want to see Cincinnati in the playoffs.
No, and look, they're still playing for something.
Yes.
They're still playing for a shot depending on how things go. So let's set up the Saturday games. We'll set up the Sunday games.
Mm-hmm.
But we do need to go back real quick, and we'll do it coming up in a second, and then get to some college football. The very simple fact that the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's not on one leg. It's just Mahomes being Mahomes again. Goes in there and they road trucked Pittsburgh. They just 100% embarrassed Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers the other day. Steelers are on a losing streak. The Chiefs have locked up the number 1 seed overall. Another impressive performance by them. So we'll get into all that coming up. We got to hit the CFP, the College Football Playoff chatter in this first hour as well. So we will do that on XL Primetime.
Let's take it down the field and win it. It's a different kind of Sunday drive.
10th play of the drive here.
Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville brings you the drive of the game.
Here's the ball game.
On 1010XL.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Most goals we set for ourselves have a clear path, like I want to go see the Grand Canyon. So you read a couple reviews, talk to some friends, and book it. Maybe a couple choices along the way, but overall, it's a clear course to reach your goal. Now, if your goal is to lose 40 to 50 pounds, where's the clear path? You read reviews, you talk to a few friends, you try something out, then it doesn't work, and you're disappointed, and we've all been there, and it blows. But stop trying that and do what I did. Reach your goal with the Awaken 180 weight loss. It's the clear path to success without disappointment. No guesswork, no trial and error, no medication side effects. I'm proof. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180. Hackers lost almost 120, and you can drop the weight too. Trust me, it was simple, a word you never hear used with weight loss programs unless you're referring to Awaken 180. Choose the simple, clear path to success with the solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss at awaken180weightloss.com.
Rev up your life with luxury at Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard. This is the best time of year to buy a pre-owned Corvette. Used car prices are 12% lower than their peak in April of 2022. And Vaughn Motor Group has the best prices and selection right now. Come see why Vaughn Motor Group sells more Corvettes than anyone in the area. Stop in or call to start driving your dream car. Complete inventory listing online. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners, so you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What do I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller. Visit BuellerAir.com.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Imagine a place where the sun is always shining, the drinks are ice cold, and the food is bursting with flavor. Welcome to Hurricane Grill and Wings, where locals and visitors alike gather to weather this storm we call life. And you can escape here anytime you like. Today's forecast, hot, crispy wings with a 100% chance of frothy beers. Later, we're predicting big burgers and seafood tacos moving in. Escape the ordinary. HurricaneWings.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-517-9383. That's 800-517-9383. 800-517-9383.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, Jags fans. Walker Little here for my friends at Kingfish Pest Control. Playing offensive line in the NFL, I must block and protect on every down. When it comes to keeping my home pest-free, I expect that same level of protection. So I contacted Kingfish after seeing thousands of positive online customer reviews about their service. I can confirm from personal experience, bugs don't stand a chance getting past Kingfish Pest Control. Do what I did. Reach out to Kingfish Pest Control to protect your home, a proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 27, 1981, Edmonton Oiler Wayne Gretzky becomes the fastest NHL player to get 100 points in a season, with 4 goals and an assist in their win over the Los Angeles Kings.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Barry here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Barry Orthopedics today or visit barryorthopedics.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. And Greg, when you start to shift from warmer weather into some cooler weather, you can get on the road. What has Honda got to offer?
Honda's got a bunch of great bikes. They've got the new e-clutch technology, which means you can ride without using your clutch.
And I love the fact you can go automatic on a bike, which was unheard of for a while.
It was for a long time, and Honda has mastered it.
You can log on cyclesofjacksonville.com, see all they have to offer, or drop by the showroom. They're on Atlantic near Regency. That's Cycles of Jacksonville.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jaguars will host the arch-rival Tennessee Titans on Sunday at Everbank Stadium. Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson on the meaning of the final home game in 2024.
I mean, it's going to mean a lot in front of our fans. I mean, it's just going to be a great atmosphere with Tennessee coming here and you know, an AFC South opponent, you know, to finish up our home schedule and, you know, to try to get a win. And that would be just, for us, just huge, you know, and again, a step in the direction of trying to finish the season the right way.
Jags Titans kickoff Sunday at 1 o'clock with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update. I'm Andrew Gibson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
RJ, the DJ, bringing a little good rock and roll our way on a beautiful Friday. You know, I call it beautiful because it's barstool weather, okay? A little spitty, rainy, overcast.
Short sleeve shirt
type
is what
of
it
day.
is, man.
Well, it's funny because when I left the OG, you're short sleeve, but when I left the OG, I went with the 1010XL hoodie because it was kind of spitting rainy at that point. And then you know, I began the haul up here, and it like sunshine's trying to break through. We're looking at a good weekend weather-wise. I'm taking a look and seeing what the Jags game day weather looks like. Big Searcy, by the way. Go ahead and give it away.
What's that?
Sunday. You're going.
Oh well. Yeah, I'm going to the game. First one of the season. I chose not to go to games because the way the teams play.
You can say, go ahead, man.
I'm getting to it. I know what y'all trying to do. I'm going to sign autographs for the fans for about 2 hours, and then I've been invited into the owner's suite for the game. Yeah.
And I'm hoping.
The more important thing is you're going to be signing an autograph for fans for 2 hours. That's the most important.
That's why I'm there.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that you will go, pardon me, excuse me, elbow, and then sit right next to Shad.
Yeah, well, no problem. Hey, listen, I'm taking requests for questions if y'all want.
Bro, just get a little intel for us. That's
Get
all.
a little intel?
Yeah. Don't tell anyone else. Then come on the air and break some news. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I can do that.
I do like the request for questions, so you can hit them.
Give me
the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010. What should Leon ask Shad?
Because you know I'll do it. You know I ain't got no filter.
No, and by the way, what I told you, and I think both Matt and I were you know, like the symphony of support that we were giving you was like, bro, you go in there and you explain to Shad what this football team did, what they accomplished, what they looked like, how hard they worked when they were successful. Because you can tell the story. As a matter of fact, you might even pull up that schedule review.
I know one question. I know one question I'm probably going to ask him. Who told you this was the greatest team that was ever assembled in Jaguar history? That might be one.
100%.
That might be question number one.
I think you just drop 4 words at him. Do you need help? That's all.
Yeah.
And if he says yes,
you need help.
And if he says yes, you say, I got 4 more words for you. General Manager Tony Baselli. That's it.
All right.
But
if Bo wants it.
Yeah, if Bo wants it. Look, I want, but I love the fact that Baselli, Logs, Searcy, all of our former Jags that we hear from on a regular basis. Pete Mitchell he got going the other day and was just ripping. And so there's plenty of other, Donovan Darius, you can go on and on and on, Brother Bees and everybody that wants to see a better product because people seek you out as a former Jaguar to talk ball. And right now they're talking about,
Well, listen, I think there should be. I mean, I'm a proponent of hiring Tony in some capacity with the organization because you really want to have somebody in there who really gives a damn about how the Jaguars look, how they play, that kind of stuff. But even a panel of former guys. Because we're very passionate about the team. We live here. We've seen how this team has been on a roller coaster ride up and down or whatever.
Right.
And we like to see the team on a better trajectory. And in some capacity, I know they're not. I mean, if we can just be heard on just be heard. You know, we're not trying to. You know, listen, we're not trying to move mountains here. We're just trying to, have some input.
Bro, you know what I
on
said.
the direction the team is going.
I keep telling you this. I don't know how many times I've said this in the last 4 or 5 years. I don't know why they don't ask you down there just to talk to the linemen, or ask Bo to come down just to talk to them, or ask Fred to talk to the running backs, or ask Jimmy to go talk to the wide receivers. Why don't they have somebody who has had success at a high level in this organization come in and say, this is how we did it. This is what made us so unique. This is how you can shake the funk off this organization.
Yeah, but these cats nowadays they don't listen.
No,
and they don't want to be told nothing.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Because I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because they associate money with success.
Yeah.
They really do.
I understand what you're saying, but if Fred Taylor strolls into that running back room and Tank Bigsby sees him, and Fred says, "Bro, you got to hold on the ball, man."
Yeah.
But let me give you.
You don't think that's going to have any kind of impact?
Yeah. I'm sure. Fred's around there all the time.
Yeah, he's there.
I'm sure he's had some conversations with them.
Those kind of conversations?
Probably not.
but like as an example, Leon told Anton, "I'll show you the way." Anton said, absolutely. Then he didn't reach back.
Yeah.
And here's
Same
the
thing with the cat from NC State that you offered to help. Who was that cat 3 or 4 years ago? The third rounder that never panned out? The offensive lineman from NC State? What was his name?
I know who you're talking about.
Will
something. Will something.
Drawing a blank. Will Richardson.
Will Richardson.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's the big, huge dude, all-airport guy. Couldn't play.
Yeah.
Couldn't play.
And the other thing, just as far as who was and who is, C.J. Stroud scoffed at the idea of Freddie Taylor talking to him. He's like, "Who are you?" Do you remember that?
I remember the disrespect.
And by the way, C.J. Stroud is getting his comeuppance, okay? He's getting a nice little swift kidney punch every Saturday, Sunday, whenever the NFL is playing these days. That 31-2 was a horrid performance by that football team, him included. He was lost, that's for sure. All right, I need to stay on NFL talk real quick because we got to work in some CFP, we promise. But a bold fact, RJ, since we are right inside the production house right now.
Here's a bold fact, brought to you by Bold City Brewery, Duval's first craft brewery. Online at boldcitybrewery.com.
I don't even need to turn the laptop for Matt Hayes. I lean back in my chair because I've got it right here on my iPhone. But
I love how everybody out there thinks I cheat.
We are
now
being
because you say this
treated
all the time.
here at the beautiful Bold City Brewery, the production house, old school, inside the garage. And like I said, the son-in-laws and the daughter-in-law, they all kind of taught me about craft. And this is definitely one of the vintage places to come and drink and enjoy and talk and hang out. And we've got a handful of our XLPers that have dropped in and are enjoying it today, along with some good apps out of the kitchen. All right, so this is not an easy question, but it's kind of fun. Aaron Rodgers may be close to his finish as a New York Jet. He's already talking about maybe getting released and all kinds of stuff. But we watched him and Davante Adams hook up the last time the Jags were at the bank, and what a performance he put on, both him and Davante. So he is now thrown for 400 plus touchdowns, okay? So what I'm looking for is, can you have fun with me and give me the guy who caught the first, the guy who caught the 50th, the 100th, the 200th, the 300th, the 400, any of those, just kind of throw them at me because this is kind of a fun exercise.
Sterling Sharp.
So who? No.
Davante Adams.
All right. So Davante just caught the last one. So that's definitely a no doubter.
That's the only time that he caught the last one?
No, he caught the 400th.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't catch like the 100th or 150th.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Give me somebody else, and then I'll get back to him.
Wow.
Antonio Freeman.
Who?
Antonio Freeman.
Nope. He was all Brett Favre all the time.
He was all Brett Favre? All right.
That does speak to both of y'all's old school NFL.
It does,
It really
right?
does.
It totally does.
It screams old school NFL.
It totally does.
Yeah.
The kid from Kentucky. What was his name? No? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep. Talking about Randall.
Cobb.
Yeah, Randall Cobb, but no. First touchdown.
Tight end.
First touchdown ever caught by Aaron Rodgers. Greg Jennings. He was a great receiver for the Green Bay Packers. The 50th caught Donald Driver, another Green Bay Packer.
Yeah.
Another guy who caught the 100th. Wasn't necessarily a great one, but he was a good one. James Jones. And he was a guy that I had on my fantasy league that constantly came up big when you need him the most. Davante caught the 200th and the 400th.
Okay.
That's pretty damn impressive. And then sandwiched in between there, Ty Montgomery. Would never expect you to remember him. But Ty Montgomery went to running back at one point for the Green Bay Packers.
I do remember
he might
that.
have been the first one to basically tell Deebo Samuel, this is do more and you'll make more. But what an incredible run that guy has been on with that many in the receiving game. Something else. All right. Now, we mentioned Oregon, Ohio State, other big ball games, Notre Dame, Georgia. Only a 2-point line between those two. 2.5 for one of them, 2 points for the other. We're going to do our picks a little bit later on. The other two are double-digit picks. Here we are, quarterfinal round, Matt, and we still have double-digit point spreads in 2 of the 4 ball games. Anyway, news out of the weekend. What'd you get out of the college football playoff?
I mean, there's, as far as newsworthy, nothing really newsworthy-wise other than Carson Beck not playing, which obviously is big news.
Right.
But
it wasn't news because we all knew it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's – look, you look at what Georgia has and what they can do with Gunnar Stockton. I think people forget they were down 10 when he got in that game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they beat Texas with him in the game.
Yeah.
He's the reason they beat Texas.
Drove them down the field to open up the second half and scored.
So I think it's certainly not the type of level of play, or I should say knowledge of defenses of Carson Beck. He doesn't have that knowledge of defenses, but it doesn't mean he can't play within a system. He's got very good arm talent. He's a tough guy, and I think they're going to rally around him. I still think the boogeyman is going to be tough to beat in this thing. I do.
You got to beat Notre Dame?
I got to beat Notre Dame, yeah.
No, okay. Even though Georgia has struggled stopping the run over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
And Notre Dame runs the ball very effectively.
Yeah,
at least they did last week against a very, very poor team.
Yeah, I mean, they've run the ball well all year, actually. So, I mean, and especially with Riley Leonard, who's a really dangerous guy in the run game, at quarterback. But Georgia, it's just something about Georgia in the playoff, man. We've seen it. Georgia in big games, they start to think, all right, it's our time now. We thought Texas would win the SEC championship game.
More than 2 weeks to prepare for Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay, because you go from the 20th and the 21st to actually.
So their last game was the 7th.
Yeah.
So the next game will be the 1st.
Yeah, that's a ton
24 days for them to prepare for Notre Dame.
That's just an outrageous amount of time. Okay, so here's the question. Georgia, will they take advantage of that? That's not unlike what we have seen from SEC Championship Saturday like we used to have, to where they played that first semifinal game, which was the week of New Year's. So they're used to that model. So since they are used to it, they'll probably be fine with it. Kirby has that much more time to prepare and diagnose. Got an extra game on Riley Leonard that he gets to study and look at. But then also Oregon. Oregon's been sitting out for the same amount of time. How are they going to handle that? Which one's going to be rusty? Which one's going to be rested?
I don't know about rusty. I think if you're at that elite level with both Oregon and Georgia, I don't think it's rust. I think you're basically rehabbing. You're getting everybody ready and healthy.
Right.
Ready to go. I mean, Leon could speak that as a former player. I mean, 3 weeks off, man. That's a way to all of a sudden when you're waking up in the morning, those little things aren't hurting as much as they did prior. Like you were saying earlier or late last week, you were saying, look, it's the NFL. It's this time of year. Everybody's hurting every time they wake up every morning. Yeah. You get 3 straight weeks to sit down and kind of rest and relax a little bit. It's different, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why you fight so hard to get that top seed. Because if you got little bumps and bruises, if you got guys that are down that need a couple of weeks to get healthy, then you want that bye. But if you're the hot team, you want to keep playing. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it kind of – you move him and maneuver depending on what team
boogeyman don't care about hot.
I know he don't.
He don't care. All he cares about is playing ball.
Exactly.
Well, but Notre Dame gets an extra day of rest because they did play on a Friday night, so that helps them a little bit maybe compared to the other games that went on the next day. Not a huge advantage, but a little bit. And then when you take a look and think about what the way Gunnar Stockton is being prepared, all that extra precious time that Mike Bobo has with Gunnar, because Gunnar went through this basically this entire year with 10% of the practice time.
He took 15 practice days of reps with the first team. No doubt that helps.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, to Leon's point, the team that I think teams up, plural, that I think might be affected by the long layoff, Arizona State, Boise State, they're both 24 days out without playing. They're the quote-unquote hot teams you're talking about.
Yeah.
That if you're hot, you want to keep playing. You're new to it, you want to keep playing, which they were. Arizona State was as hot as anywhere in the country.
Oh my gosh!
Now what happens to them when they go play Texas?
Yeah.
You know, so it's.
Well, I'm loving on Scattaboo. Okay, he will be. I already have him on my Heisman ballot for next year. We will see how he does against that Texas defense. You're of the thinking that Texas is just going to mash Arizona State, but I tell you what.
No, I don't think that at all. All I'm saying is, to Leon's point, is if you're a hot team, you want to keep playing. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
But they didn't. Now they're going to be close to a month of no ball. Until they play again.
Yeah. All right, let's head into the 3 o'clock hour. A little bit more on the college football playoff. Some of these lines, like we said, double digits in 2 of them, single point spreads in the other 2. We got to look at some big NFL ball games. Who doesn't need to play coming up this weekend for your playoff scenarios? All I know is Team Bite Me has made it into the Super Bowl round of the Fantasy League, and I just want to I feel bad, but were it not for Jalen Hurts getting a concussion, we would not have made it into the Super Bowl. But I'm taking advantage of the like you can't protect against injuries, right? You can't root for injuries.
No.
But when they happen, you have to be ready. And as a GM, I was prepared for the moment. and now we're going into the Super Bowl. We'll see how it does, how we do. Big dollars on the line with Captain Ron and Team
You
Mike.
sound like you're a little happy about an injury is what it sounds like.
I wasn't
to me.
happy. I actually had been betting against the Eagles, and you guys know this. I just kept picking against the Eagles because they had to have some dysfunction get in the way, and unfortunately with Jalen Hurts' injury that got in the way, and they still almost won that game against the Washington Commanders. But it's they're not sure yet, but it's going to be Kenny Pickett, at least it looks like right now, and the Dallas Cowboys have already shut down a couple of their big players, including CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
So Gio may make it into the 3 o'clock hour. We'll ask him about a couple of those sports injuries coming up. It is XL Primetime, Bold City Brewery, the Correction House on Roselle Street in Riverside. I call it a barstool weather type of day, so you can come on in to Bold City Brewery.
This crowd is electric. The difference between stepping up and stepping aside can be as simple as being stepped on.
And he is slow to get up.
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update on 1010XL.
Jacksonville.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
While other books make promises, MyBookie delivers. This holiday season, they're stacking the deck in your favor with 12 days of Christmas. Now through the 31st, a festival lineup of can't-miss opportunities for bettors to cash in on. Risk-free Thursdays, super boosts, free bets, weekly casino giveaways with hundreds of winners and thousands in cash prizes. All it takes is a 50-cent spin on BetSoft slots to enter. With the road to New Orleans, bowl games galore, and a Christmas Day sports feast featuring NFL and an NBA doubleheader, this is your season to win. The 12 Days of Christmas event is live right now. Don't wait. Use promo code 1010XL with your first deposit, and MyBookie will give you a little extra start to your holiday. MyBookie is offering a 50% deposit bonus for 1010XL listeners just for signing up and using promo code 1010XL. There's a reason MyBookie has been the go-to for serious bettors for 10 years. Whether it's UFC, NFL, college ball, or casino, bet and win with confidence. Make your holiday season a jolly one with MyBookie.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
Toyotathon is on at Arlington Toyota, but not for long. The final days of Toyotathon are here, and you don't want to miss financing as low as 0% on select new models. Plus, you get Arlington's 60-day exchange program and lifetime warranty with your new Toyota purchase. It's the final days of Toyotathon, so get to Arlington Toyota and save today. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hi, it's Ben, second generation from Beard's Diamonds. Guys, if you're popping the question soon, looking for an anniversary gift, before you buy anywhere, shop Beard's. From a half carat to 10 carats, Beard's will beat any competitor's price.
In the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser share the huddle with Freddie T. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Fred Taylor, he's a candidate to go the distance.
On 1010XL.
When you roll into a convenience store for some cold Bud Light, you want to make sure it's, well, cold. Check out the big coolers at Circle K. They make sure it's chilled and ready to go for the big game or party. Swing by Circle K and pick up some cold Bud Light.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Where is the largest cave in the world? The answer coming up.
Southern Oak Insurance knows that you want to save money on your homeowner's insurance. So why not try some old-fashioned common sense? Ask your Southern Oak agent about our roof replacement schedule. It will save you money.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The largest cave in the world is located in Vietnam. It's called San Dun and has its own river and forest.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Home of the Jaguars, 1010XL, WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. When Jag News breaks, hear it first on 1010XL.
Attention golfers, Hidden Hills Golf Club is an attractive destination for golfers all over the Southeast. You too will enjoy our classic Arnold Palmer design that will test your game and keep you coming back. Book a tee time at hiddenhillsgc.com.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days thanks to Loan Pronto's new Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Imagine a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity. No appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan uses an AI-driven tech to get you approved for cash in as little as 1 day. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their debt, launched a home improvement project, and is now saving over $1,000 a month. Instant approvals, low fixed rates, fast transfers. Get cash to consolidate all your debt and get a fresh start to the new year. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much you qualify for. Imagine this time next week, you can be credit card debt-free. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, MLS, consumeraccess.org.
I'm RJ Saunders with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update for 1010XL. This update is brought to you by Loan Pronto. It's been a rough year for the Jacksonville Jaguars, currently 3-12 on the season, 9 of those losses coming in one-score affairs. Head coach Doug Peterson was asked by the media, does he worry at all about players checking out with only 2 games left to go?
I mean, there's always a possibility, but again, I think that falls on me to make sure that doesn't happen and keep everybody engaged and the coaching staff. And once you play and you kick the ball off on Sunday, everybody's engaged and locked in, so wouldn't expect too much of that.
Bowl season continues in the world of college football. We'll have a full slate for you on Saturday beginning at 11 a.m. as UConn and North Carolina face off in the Fenway Bowl. Right now, 70 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, the Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth going on right now. Figured many on the First Coast would be interested in this score. 2 minutes to go. Navy 21, Oklahoma 14. Navy 4th and 1. Navy's going to punt. OU's going to get the ball back. OU's just done nothing on offense. Other than the first quarter and a half, other than that, it's been nothing for them.
That was Oklahoma Booner Sooners cart just crashing right there, okay?
That was a roughneck. That was
right
one of the roughnecks.
into the side of the stadium.
JR's a little nervous right now.
Boomer Sooners just wrecked.
Right?
Yeah.
JR's a little bit nervous right now.
Let me tell you something. The midshipmen will end the year beating the H out of Army, which I did not see coming, and then beating Boomer Sooner. That's a pretty good finish to the year for those up in Annapolis. That is pretty good. Speaking of bowl games,
and for those in Mayport, for that matter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're loving it. So what bowl game was that one?
Armed Forces Bowl.
Okay, Armed Forces Bowl.
Which, by the way, every bowl game, honestly, every bowl game has been like, whoa, Whoa.
Well, was there 6 overtimes last night between Pitt
Yeah.
and Toledo?
Yeah, and then K-State came back and beat Rutgers. K-State was down 17.
But let's give the Mac some love, man. They beat old Narduzzi and the boys. Pittsburgh started the year.
But let's be fair, okay? Pitt literally playing a quarterback was a 4-stringer who hadn't taken a snap all season.
Yeah, I know.
And the kid balled out. Played really well.
I'll give most of the time I give you betting advice on what to bet on or how you should bet, and none of it really works out for you or for me, but I like to offer it to you. In this case, I will just offer the very simple fact that don't bet on bowl games. They're the most unpredictable thing right now.
Yep.
And by the way, one of my buddies who might be as much of a degenerate as I am, great buddies, Chris with Flint, the great Flint Minshew.
Yeah.
You know, we would always talk numbers and whatnot and lay something down and this and that. Anyway, we were all about taking points through the first handful of bowl games. And it's not true anymore. You can't take underdogs and expect them to come through because you don't know what team is playing.
No, especially in bowl. I mean, especially in the lower tier bowl games.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's going on
It's
there.
insane.
At the very least, at least with the playoff, you have an idea of who's playing.
This much,
or
we
even
know.
in like the Citrus Bowl or the Gator Bowl, you have an idea.
A little bit.
But the lower tier
it's
ones,
still so tough.
Yeah.
But this much we know: Hottie Toddy and Manny will be in Duval to begin 2025. Okay, Manny Diaz's Duke Blue Devils coming into town against Hottie Toddy and Lane Kiffin. Lane's still stewing about not getting into the college football playoff, but he's going to bring a good
as well
product.
he should. But it's his own fault. They should have beaten Florida.
So he's going to bring a good product here. Let's hook up one of our XL Primetimers. We continue to give out Christmas presents like the cold pints we're giving out here at Bold City Brewery with our XLP Hazy IPA. But, RJ, why not take caller number 4 that wants to go see the Ole Miss Rebels against the Duke Blue Devils January 2nd? You can call 641-1010. And RJ will pick up caller number 4, and you guys will get hooked up with a pair of tickets. All right, so let's just at least stay on the college football front here just for a hot second. We hopefully will have Gio talking sports injuries with us coming up in just a bit. But it is unpredictable with the actual games that we're getting, who's playing, who's not. But the unpredictability of the college football playoff is what everyone was hoping for. And right now, like we said the other day, it's been pretty dang predictable. There were all 2-score games. Everyone lost by 2 scores or more. There was only 1 lead change in those entire 4 games. That's 240 minutes of football, Leon.
Yeah.
1 lead change. That needs to change big time. Okay?
Well, man, let me ask you this question. How important is it that Arizona State and Boise State play well in this upcoming weekend?
I think it's certainly
because of the powers that be are going to be watching.
I think it certainly is important for them. I don't know that it's important as far as for the structure of the CFP because I think they're down that road already. I think the next move
they don't care about
the next move is the automatic qualifiers are not going to get the first 4 spots. That's a lock. That's not happening anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at some point they may get into if they're not going to get into 3 or 4 automatic qualifiers for the SEC and the Big Ten, they'll just go all at large. Mm-hmm. And then that way the Big Ten and the SEC can, again, commandeer a majority of the spots. But, yeah, I mean, I think we're too far down the road of, okay, we saw the damage the selection committee can do, and we saw it. There's no doubt. You saw what they can do.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to change as well. So I don't know if that means they're going to add a computer element to it, which is sort of like what the college basketball tournament has. You know, the selection committee has like 5 different computer elements to choose from or to use.
Right.
They'll have something like that for this committee in football, and they'll say we want strength of schedule weighted X amount because that's how it's going to be. Mm-hmm. They're already down that road now. I can tell you that right now.
It does make sense. All you really want them to do is learn from their mistakes. Anybody that's out there, you're raising young children, you're like, son, okay, don't do that again, pal, okay? Just remember that we talked about this and think before you act and don't do that again.
Yeah, well, they know that.
And you hope your son doesn't do it. No. Selection committee doesn't know what they're doing.
No, the selection committee, yes, but I think they knew format-wise that they were going to have to tweak it. But they wanted to go through 1 season of seeing what it was like before they tweaked it.
Yeah,
Now, as far as the committee, you're right. They had no idea that it was going to be something like that.
Yeah, let's make let's just make one very simple suggestion. Learn from what you didn't like in this first. This is an expanded 12-team playoff. It wasn't like it was 2 teams or 4 teams. This is the big behemoth that we were all jonesing for, and it didn't look good to start. And so you figure it out. Make sure you give us better matchups.
Yeah, I mean, I think they will. I think they have an idea of what's important right now. Clearly, the automatic qualifiers for the Power Four, that's fine.
Yeah, just
for the next year. For 2025. But not the idea of they get the first 4 buys too. You can't do that.
Exactly.
And I think it's clearly showed by the way this bracket. If they want to stick to the bracket, which they say they do, because all college sports is about brackets, it's branding. All right, and they don't want to go to the NFL and reseed. They're going to stick with the bracket. If you stick with the bracket, you cannot give those 4 teams, the 4 Power Fours, the automatic first through 4 bye weeks. You can't do that.
Because do you remember the millions that watched any of the numbers as far as viewership goes for the first round of the CFP?
Well, I think they were all good except for they all were over 10. I'm almost positive.
Okay,
except for one. There was one that wasn't. Penn State SMU was not right.
Yeah.
That was not. That was under.
It sunk. Okay,
that was under.
Yeah,
that was
under. And it got away from them early. It was noon. It was a noon kick. Anyway, it was just terrible. But let me just tell you guys something. Well, let's make this the 10-10 take, RJ, okay? Because, honestly, when you figure something out, you say, we're going back to that.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
So they say to themselves, hey, man, hot links work. The brisket, yeah, it's jamming. Turkey, ribs, pork, chicken, you know how great all of them are. So let's keep doing it, right? Let's don't mess up this recipe. Well, guess what the NFL just found out? They just found out another partner that they're going to add to their recipe. They will not quit throwing NFL football at us, and they did it on Christmas Day, and it was a smash hit. NBA, you guys just took it right in the shorts, okay? Because what was yours ain't yours no more, okay? The NFL just came in and just held you up and said, give it to us. It's ours now. How about this number? The unduplicated audience of nearly 65 million viewers watched NFL football Christmas Day. And that's
total for both those games, correct?
That's unduplicated, okay?
But that was both those games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ravens, Texans drew an average of 24.3. Chiefs, Steelers, an average of 24.1. Most streamed NFL games in U.S. history. It's just incredible. And this is worth pointing out because it's important. The viewership for the Ravens-Texans peaked with the Beyonce Bowl, over 27 million, when she was performing at the half.
Wow.
What did you call it, the Beyonce Bowl?
The Beyonce Bowl, yeah. Because, yeah.
I've never heard it called bowl before.
She drew eyeballs, I'll just tell you that much.
She did.
Because the Houston Texans did not. They scored 2 stinking points in that whole game. Actually, they didn't score them.
What's that thing Steph Curry do to that? What does it do that sleep night NBA?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be. It's going to continue.
And Bron's out there saying that Christmas Day is the NBA's day.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
It's something else.
Look, they stole Thursday night from college football, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now and now they're going to steal Christmas Day.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, man. Just deal with it.
And Black Friday. Black Friday was because they had never done that before. They took that away from college football. That little long weekend that college football enjoyed Thursday through Sunday, no more. No.
They're basically covering the entire calendar is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they want it all.
And it works.
And whatever they have, they want more. And it's just crazy, but that's just the way it is.
By the way, quick update. 1st and 10, OU at the Navy, 38, 43 seconds to go.
21-14.
Driving. OU is down 21-14.
This is the same OU that beat Bama.
That's correct. Exact
Okay.
same one. And so Alabama, if you're still being and moaning about not getting in the playoff, you might want to see what the team that beat you is getting.
The
done
whole
to them.
the Alabama thing was such the joke of all. Among those 3 SEC teams, they were the least of all those teams. They had zero, literally zero argument of getting in.
Yeah.
If the idea is you want the hot team in, you want the team that's if all things were being equal and everybody's 9-3, which they were,
right?
You want the hot team. You don't want the team that's coming off with 21-point loss to a team that had one conference win, OU.
The hot team was South Carolina.
Yeah.
I would have had no problem putting South Carolina in.
Nor would I. I wouldn't have had a problem with Ole Miss. Even with the loss to Florida, I wouldn't have had a problem.
Yeah, I would like to have seen it. Unfortunately, not getting treated to it. Real quick, let's get one more bold fact in since we are right here at the beautiful Bold City Brewery. Stay on college football before we say hello to our man Gio coming up. Hopefully talking some sports injuries with him in just a few moments. But I want to get one more in. The Bold City Brewery, great to us. We certainly have enjoyed our time here. Every time we come, they treat us to a great day. You can come on in anytime and enjoy just fantastic specials. Their kitchen, when it's open, it is outstanding. That's for sure. So you will love all of it. All right, I need, when you're talking about what has gone on with this college football playoff and the extension of the season, it definitely is something brand new. So inside the college football playoff, I need the most wins in the FBS the last 2 seasons, and I would like for you to get the top 4. I don't know if you can do it, but I would like for you to get the top 4.
Just the most wins in FBS the last how many seasons?
The most wins in the FBS the last 2 seasons.
The last
combined.
2?
Okay. So top
this
4
year
is
and
what I'm
last
looking
year.
for. Yeah.
This year and last year.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm looking for.
Texas is 1.
And I need you guys to put the one at the top, so you're putting Texas at the top.
You got me on the spot here, JoJo.
Last 2 seasons combined.
Last 2.
Most
Georgia,
wins.
obviously.
All right, you're putting Georgia in your pile?
I got Texas, Georgia. Last 2, huh? Ohio State. It's not Michigan. Texas, Georgia, Ohio State. Who are we missing here, Leon? Oregon.
All right, so those are your 4?
Because I don't think Boise State's there. No.
Who do you have at the top? Texas. Who do you have at the top?
Georgia.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go through them. In this pile, I think you included Ohio State, right?
By the way, 4th and 17th for OU now.
He's obsessed. All right. Did you put Ohio State in your pile?
Yeah.
It's not in the pile.
Yeah. Ohio State's not in?
Not in the pile.
Wow.
Which is a big surprise. Tied
Is
for
it Penn
4th.
State?
Tied for 4th.
Yeah.
Is SMU and Michigan.
Oh, because Michigan won 15 games.
Because they went to the Natty. So they got
22,
SMU and
right.
Michigan has 22 wins each in the college football playoff.
Got it.
3rd is Texas. Georgia is 2nd. And Oregon is number 1.
Yeah.
Oregon has 25 wins over the last couple of seasons, and they have yet to play the college football playoff. So we'll see where it goes. XL Primetime hanging out on a beautiful, what we call Barstool Weather Friday here at Bold City Brewery, the production house on Roselle.
He's a master at recon. Ace Carline takes you behind enemy lines on 1010XL.
What's your position? That's top secret.
Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
It's the time of year all our customers love. At Garber Auto Mall, every 2024 must go. Take advantage of thousands in discounts on all new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Prosser here. When it comes time to sell your home or you're thinking about selling your home, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't you really love a guaranteed no-hassle home sale? But you don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it? Guess what? You can with Chad and Sandy. If you want to sell your home soon or immediately after the holidays, you need to get the process started now and get it sold fast, easy, and at top dollar with Chad and Sandy Newman. Local real estate experts I trust and recommend and have now for years. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Mike and Rosemary in St. Augustine write in, we needed to move on to a more affordable home in a specific school zone, but our mortgage pre-qualification wasn't enough and at a high interest rate. Chad and Sandy negotiated with a lender, lowered the interest rate by 1%, and increased our approval amount. We got the home we needed for $200 less per month than our prior lender's rate. That's what you get with Chad and Sandy. That guarantee. Call today, 414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com.
Baloo here for Spunez Vision. Why Spunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Spunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Spunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Spunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SpunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
If your high school student is a high performer, they could be 1010XL Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
And the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Wednesdays on The Franchi Show.
On 1010XL.
Have you tried golfing at the improved Cimarron Golf Club? If you haven't, tell you what, you're missing out on the best deal in Jacksonville. Now, many of you have received a postcard in the mail, and of course, if you bring that with you, $45 plus tax to play. That includes a cart, lunch, and a beer at the brand new Stone Barrel Tap House. Now, go to the website, that is CimarronGolfClub.com, and sign up for the Wild One Loyalty Program. That's the Wild One Loyalty Program, and get all of these specials emailed to you from Cimarron.
Bold City Brewery, established in 2008, is the oldest craft brewery in Jacksonville and proud to celebrate 16 years of brewing greatness in Duval. 2 locations serving delicious beers, seltzers, ciders, all produced in-house. Check out Bold City downtown on Bay Street or hit the production house and restaurant on Roselle Street in Riverside. Bold City Brewery, with something for everyone, brewing great beers and serving fantastic food to all of Duval. Log on and be bold. BoldCityBrewery.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Since 1928, people have admired diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs that we've hand-selected and put together because of the way they dance and sparkle on a lady's neck or ear. And now, through Christmas, Underwoods is putting all of our diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs on sale at 15% below our everyday price. We also take trade-ins on these pieces of jewelry, so if you're thinking about growing a diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond studs up to a larger size, this is the ideal time to come see us. To give an example, we normally sell our 1-carat total weight diamond stud earrings for $2,600, but right now they're on sale for $2,210. Our diamond solitaire necklaces are priced the same way, with sizes from 1/5 carat total weight up to 7 carats total weight. So if you need a gift that says forever, make it an Underwood diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond stud earrings.
Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Our next guest is not affiliated with the NFL or Jacksonville Jaguars.
Discussion of injuries is solely based on opinion.
Now, the Bari Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Injury Breakdown.
I'm coming in hot.
Dr. George Bari coming in hot. after Santa came to see the young sons just a couple of days ago. He's back at work with Bari Orthopedics on a beautiful Friday. We miss him, but he ain't missing you. If you have a sports injury question, you can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010, and you can throw a sports injury question our way or Gio's way. Gio is in studio. Gio, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Now, you should be over here at Bowl City Brewery sampling the XLP Hazy IPA.
Yeah, well, Matt and I
Gee,
can't
a little
be in the same
energy,
room.
man.
Matt's never in the same room as me, so apparently I have to be here if you guys are over there.
It is a good point. I don't know what's going on because you arrive, he leaves, or he leaves and you arrive, something like that. But yeah.
That should be a hint, Gio. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to a couple of sports injury questions. The biggest really around here was Carson Beck undergoing surgery to repair a UCL, which you can explain to folks what the ulnar cruciate ligament is. Let's start there and then the degree of the severity before we get to Carson Beck's actual surgery.
Yeah, so the UCL, ulnar collateral ligament, we hear it a lot in baseball, right? It's that ligament on the inside of the elbow. And it's mostly in pitchers, although we've seen it in some catchers. And now it's kind of past couple of years we've seen in these football players. Brock Purdy had one where he came back, I think it was in 9 months' time, and was able to play. And so there's reconstruction and repair. Now in baseball, reconstruction is like almost about 14 to 16-month rehab. Repair is less than that. In football, they can come back sooner just because the stress on the elbow is not as much as a baseball pitcher. So Purdy had a reconstruction, came back in 9 months. He just had what they say is a repair, and they're saying he will be back in the spring, if I'm not mistaken, what they said, to start throwing. So a repair, the timeline is much quicker than a reconstruction. You can't repair all of them. It depends on how it's torn. So for his, if what they're saying is true, because a lot of times, sometimes these coaches or agents will say little misnomers or things that are slightly incorrect.
Less than it is, yeah.
But if it is a repair, and he'll be able to come back and possibly start throwing much quicker.
So Gio, his injury was a lot like Purdy's in the way they both hurt it. Both were like mid-throw and were trying to really load up and throw a third-level throw, like a deep throw. Did you watch it? Did you see him injure it?
I did not see it.
It was brutal. I mean, it was one of those end of the half Hail Mary, so he was loading up, and putting everything he had into it, and didn't see the defensive end coming around, and his arm was literally stopped, dead stop, like halfway motion. What kind of stress are you talking about there?
I mean, that's right. So your arm you're going full speed one way, and then someone comes and just stops it. So all the stress comes into that UCL, or what they say, the Tommy John ligament, and that's where it tears. It's almost like how people tear their bicep. They have their arm fully extended, and they go to lift it up, and all the stress now gets on the bicep tendon, and it pulls and it ruptures. So when all that force comes to an abrupt stop, it has to dissipate somewhere. And in that position, it dissipates at the UCL, and that's where
How painful is that?
It's pretty painful. Usually people hear a pop. They hold their arm. They start get black and blue, very swollen. So it can definitely be very painful.
So when we're talking about getting back, and at least the idea is that Carson Beck will be back in time for OTAs, which roughly would be either late May, early June, and I would think they ramp him up slowly. The thing that's crushing him right now, Gio, and I just saw it on X earlier, Carson Beck holding up a 15 sweatshirt, and it says, "Who wants me?" ? In quotes, and it's Carson. And so he's basically right now trying to tell everybody that don't forget about me. But how much do you think it potentially could hurt his draft stock? And I know you're just guessing here.
Yeah, I think he'll, as long as everything goes as planned, I think he'll be okay. This isn't, necessarily like baseball where you can lose a few miles per hour, which is a big difference if you start throwing a little slower. Could it affect your range, or how far you can throw possibly? But I think the way that you throw in a football, I don't think it's as big a deal as a baseball pitcher. I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but I think a baseball pitcher has a higher chance of it affecting him and how well he does compared to a football quarterback.
So clearly there's more stress on the arm. as a pitcher than a quarterback. Is that what you're saying, basically?
I mean, yeah, 100%. That's why we see it almost as a pandemic in baseball with pitchers, where we always hear Tommy John in baseball pitchers. We rarely hear it in football, and when we do, it's usually after an injury like we just saw, where someone stops the arm and all the force comes out at the elbow.
So it's never really just a throwing injury with a quarterback. It's always one of the arm is stopped. Then,
well, I don't want to say it's never. I'm sure there are instances of it, but it's most commonly from a trauma.
All right, I know we can't hit this quickly, but we'll just at least kind of get to a couple of them. Tank Dell hit his injury, Gio. This was last week, not this round of games, but going back to Saturday of this past Saturday, and he wrecked help me out, PCL, MCL, ACL, and the kneecap?
Yes.
The entire thing, yeah. He blew it out.
Yeah.
How bad?
That's pretty bad. I mean, he has the ACL, PCL rupture or tear, so he's going to need them both fixed. We always talk about the PCL, how sometimes you don't need to fix it, but when you have a multi-ligament injury, it has to be fixed. So he'll get an ACL, PCL reconstruction. Then the MCL will get tested after those get fixed to see if it needs to be reconstructed or repaired. Most likely it will be, but sometimes you don't have to, depending how bad the MCL is. I saw the video. His knee went pretty valgus, so I'm sure that MCL is probably torn pretty good off the bone. And then you have, for the patella, the medial patellofemoral ligament. A lot of times, if you just dislocate your patella one time, you don't necessarily need surgery. But he dislocated it, and he has all the other things, so I'm assuming they're probably going to fix it during the same surgery, if not possibly stage it where they do a surgery, let it rest for a little bit, and then go back and do a second part of it.
Gio, that's very common for the dislocated knee, right? When you get that dislocated knee, this is typically what happens, right?
He dislocated his patella, right? So he dislocated his patella, which is different than a dislocated knee.
Right. The kneecap, that's what I meant.
The kneecap, yeah. So the MPFL rupture, it almost always ruptures when you dislocate your patella.
Right. Yeah, because let's remember, and we learned this, a valuable lesson. Dislocated knee, much different and more severe than kneecap.
Yes.
Right.
That's for sure. All right, Gio, next week we'll probably talk about the wear and tear of these back-to-back Saturday and Wednesday games that two teams have played in a bit of a round-robin tournament because I'm telling you, the NFL, they don't give a dang. They don't, man. But we appreciate Gio, as always. Breaking Bones Sunday morning at 7:30. If we miss your question, you can shoot it to us, 641-1010, and we will try and get it on Sunday morning show. And we will talk to Gio next week. They can find our podcast, right?
Apple, Google, Spotify, and 1010XL website.
All right, you the man. We will talk to you later. We've got our picks coming up. Okay, are we ready to rock and roll, gentlemen? From Bold City Brewery, one of the questions that was asked of our listener for Leon to ask Shad, will Balky and Doug be around to see the ball drop? Man, I would love to know the answer to that. We will do it all coming up on XL Primetime.
I'm Chris Campione. In a world of big box law firms with satellite offices, there's something special about having a local legal team that cares about you and your community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. We understand the unique challenges facing the Jacksonville community because we live here too. At Campione Law, Campione Cares isn't just a tagline, it's our commitment to you. Campione Law, your trusted lawyers after an accident. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione Law.
Hi, I'm Frank Frangie, and I've depended on South State for my banking needs as long as they've been serving Duval. Whether you're saving for retirement, purchasing a home, starting a business, your goals are their commitment. With forward-thinking, personalized banking solutions and best-in-class service, South State is ready to help you navigate your financial journey. Connect at southstatebank.com or drop by any of the 5 local South State offices. South State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealers Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
We're HAPPY, because Happy Honda Days are here. Everything is bigger. Bigger selection, bigger discounts, bigger trade-in values. Honda, quality, value, safety. Don't miss Happy Honda Days, going on now at your local Honda dealer.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit barrorthopedics.com.
Getting you ready for the game. Pre-Game Friday. Built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
Making a difference in our community for 2025? Paul Martinez here, President and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. The Boys and Girls Clubs offers a safe environment to youth every day with homework assistance, a hot meal, career readiness, and character and leadership programs. 57% of club alumni say the Boys and Girls Club saved their lives. Help us grow our outreach as we serve the kids in our community throughout our 59 clubs. Go to bgcnf.org to donate and learn more.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete.
From Gatorade Zero to Gatorade Endurance Formula and Gator Light, there's something for every athlete. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Gatorade, official partner of the NFL.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 27, 1981, Edmonton Oiler Wayne Gretzky becomes the fastest NHL player to get 100 points in a season, with 4 goals and an assist in their win over the Los Angeles Kings.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carlyon for MyBookie. While other books make promises, MyBookie delivers. This holiday season, they're stacking the deck in your favor with 12 days of Christmas now through the 31st, a festive lineup of can't-miss opportunities for bettors to cash in. Risk-free Thursdays, super boosts, and free bets. Weekly casino giveaways with hundreds of winners and thousands in cash prizes. All it takes is a 50-cent spin on BetSoft slots to enter. With the road to New Orleans, bowl games galore, and a Christmas Day sports feast featuring NFL action and an NBA doubleheader, this is your season to win. The 12 Days of Christmas event is live right now. Lock in today. Use my code 1010XL with your first deposit, and MyBookie will give you a little extra to start your holiday hot. MyBookie is offering a 50% deposit bonus for 1010XL listeners. Just sign up and use promo code 1010XL. There's a reason MyBookie has been the go-to for serious bettors for 10 years. Make your holiday season a jolly one with MyBookie.
Atlantic Self Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving? They can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
It's the Jaguars' final home game of the 2024 regular season, and you don't want to miss it. Join us Sunday, December 29th for our fan appreciation game when the Jaguars take on the Tennessee Titans.
It's going to go over on down, and the Jags are going to win the ball game.
To lock in your seats for this divisional matchup, head to Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you there, Jags fans.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jaguars will host the Tennessee Titans Sunday at Everbank Stadium with kickoff at 1 o'clock. The Jags are looking to sweep the arch-rival Titans in the Division Series this season. Sunday's game is the Jaguars' annual fan appreciation game in celebration of Jaguars fan support all season long and over the past 30 years. Jaguars legends Leon Searcy and James Stewart will be signing autographs in the flex field from 11:20 to 11:45 on Sunday morning. The Jaguars kick off against the Tennessee Titans Sunday at 1 o'clock. With your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update, I'm Andrew Gibson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, well, my takeaway is that my favorite player that I affectionately named El Boogie is having a phenomenal season.
Yeah.
Best season in his whole career. Probably going to win his third MVP. But unfortunately, as much as I love El Boogie, who's a Florida native, got to win championships, bro. Got to win Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He's got to win Super Bowls. That's where legends are made.
I don't disagree with that, all right? It's not my takeaway, but I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying that HOF's a pretty big deal. Pretty good. You know what I mean? HOF.
Yeah, but HOF is down the road. Super Bowls happen now.
All right, my takeaway is these college games are fantastic, these bowl games. You don't know who's playing at half of them, but who cares? Navy came back and beat Oklahoma. Just a phenomenal win for the Mids.
Sooners, by the way, went for 2 and
got sacked.
Yeah.
Michael Hawkins got sacked.
Yeah, it did not go well.
A phenomenal game for the Mids. That's 2 big upsets in a row for them. Obviously over Army, which is the bigger of the 2 for them.
That was huge,
but
man.
Then the win over Oklahoma as well. There's a great game going on right now. Just started. Vandy and Georgia Tech in Birmingham. It's raining. It's in the 50s. Watch these games, man. They're fun. I am leaving for
not
the
Diego.
Fiesta Bowl. Yeah,
Diego!
yeah. So I will be watching Boise State and Penn State. Mm-hmm. So that'll be a lot of fun. But watch these games, man. It's entertainment. High level entertainment.
I thought this was a good story. My takeaway is Teddy Bridgewater went out and coached up Miami Northwestern, got them to the state title, unfortunately just worked the Reigns Vikings, beat them good. And now he's going to come back into the National Football League. This guy has been an inspiration on a lot of different levels as far as where he came from, battling through, not being recruited as much as he wanted to by the state schools, went to Louisville, played well, first-round draft pick. We want to talk about a horrific injury that we just described with Tank Dell. Teddy Bridgewater had something akin to that. Anyway, he goes down there. He coaches his alma mater. He's coming out of retirement, expected to sign with the Lions, and he's supposed to be brought in to help mentor Hendon Hooker, which is kind of cool. Anyway, Bridgewater knows the game, knows how to prepare, all that type of stuff. So I give him a ton of credit. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, RJ, if you don't mind, let's fire up some college football music. Let's get some picks in, and then we will go to the NFL game. Make sure that we get this right. I will tell you, Cats, right now that after Week 17, Coach is 4-2. He is a total of 59-43. Leon went 4-2 for a 56-46 record. Maddie and I went 3-3 for 54-48 for the season. Matt went 3-3, and he is a tidy 41-61. It ain't easy going 41-61. All right. So now let's get to the next handful of picks.
Just run that bus over me, man.
I figured we would go 4 college for the 4 college football quarterfinal games, throw a couple of NFL games in. I'm making an executive decision. I'm taking the top 2 there. You have no problem with that, right?
No.
Those look like the best games. Top 2 as far as the NFL is concerned. All right. Let's get to Penn State giving 11 to Boise State. I'll give you coaches' picks coming up here in just a second, but Leon, let's get it going, man.
All right. Giving 11 to Boise State?
Yep.
I'm taking them points all day.
All right, you taking Boise?
Yes.
And I'll admit that I'm a little surprised by the number. I'm gonna go along with you, even though this may be an anti-Franklin pick. I'm gonna take Boise State as well.
So by the way, Diego just gave somebody the dead leg, and it was beautiful. 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 Here's the thing. You know how I am about Boise State. I love Boise State, man. But that Penn State defense is playing really well.
Right.
And the Boise State offense, despite Ashton Genty and his 2,400 rush yards, it's going to be just as difficult to score on Penn State, to move the ball on Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I could easily see another defensive touchdown. I could easily see, a turnover here, a turnover there.
Those defensive touchdowns against SMU were backbreakers.
Golly. I'm going to lay the points. I'm going to
lay
Penn
the points.
State, yeah.
You see how I read his mind? I put Penn State in there because that's what I anticipated him saying.
You did.
Because, honestly, you lay the argument out well. You made me think, holy crap, those pick sixes.
Hey, but I will say this.
I didn't even think about that.
Nothing would give me greater joy than to see Boise State win that game. I would love that.
And Kevin Jennings made a couple of mistakes, which I thought were really ill-advised mistakes. All right. Texas is laying 13 points to Arizona State. So Arizona State, Leon, the favorite in this game, the underdog in this game to the Texas Longhorns. Who you like?
Man, Arizona is the hot team, and they've had to sit for the last couple of weeks for this game. I'm going to take Texas.
You going to take Texas?
Yeah, I'm going to take Texas, yeah.
You're taking Longhorns. Hook 'em, baby. I am going to go with the Scataboos of the world. I am taking those Sun Devils of Arizona State and grabbing those points.
There's something about Scatterby and Levitt, man. Levitt is a tough guy, man. A tough guy at that position. I love tough quarterbacks.
And Kenny Dillingham, too.
Yeah, what's it, 13 and a half?
13.
I'd love that. I'd love that hook if you want to give it to me. But I'm gonna take Sparky in the 13.
Okay, all right. So you've got Arizona State in there as well.
Yeah,
I'll give you coaches' picks coming up here in a second. Let's get back to the top, Leon. Next game, we are going with a 2.5 point line. Oregon is the underdog versus Ohio State.
Wait, Oregon's the dog?
Yeah, Oregon's the dog.
Yeah.
2.5. Hook.
Wow.
I can see why. If that Ohio State team that shows
that's prisoner of the moment's what that is, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here, I was a little surprised by that.
Yeah.
Wow, 2.5.
I'm taking Ohio State.
Okay. All right, you're taking Ohio State, and I'm gonna go Bizarro Joe on this one because I want Oregon to win this game, but I'm gonna take Ohio State. And by the way, C Daddy was all over my case for not taking them last week. So there you go.
Yeah,
I'm laying 2.5.
I told you guys I think Ohio State's gonna win it all, but I see that line 2.5. I'm gonna take Oregon because I think Ohio State's still gonna win, but it's gonna be like 31-30, something like that.
Okay, all right, you got Oregon. You were in there. Now let's get to the last of the games. Georgia against Notre Dame, and we have got Notre Dame catching 2 in this game. Who you like?
I'm taking the boogeyman.
All right, you're taking Georgia. I'm going to catch those points. I'm taking Notre Dame.
I like the Notre Dame D, I'll tell you that. I really do. They're tough.
Yeah.
They're tough. And they could pose problems in pass rush for Gunnar Stockton. But it's in a dome. It's a comfortable place for Georgia. It'll be a big Georgia crowd. I'm going to take the boogeyman. It's hard not to.
Yeah, they're in New Orleans.
That'll be a big Georgia crowd.
That definitely is tough. All right, so those are in. Let's get to the 2 NFL games. We got the Bengals favored by 3 hosting the Denver Broncos. Big Sirs, who you like?
Oh, I like Joe Cool.
Oh, you like Joey Burrow laying
like
3
Joey
points.
Burrow.
Okay, listen, I'm not going to argue with you because that's kind of the direction I'm going. I heard a couple of other people loving on the Broncos, but I'm going to go ahead and go Cincy as well.
He's playing so well.
I'm laying those
man.
points, which is risky.
It is, but he's just lights out. He's so good right now. I'm taking the Bengals too.
All right, you're taking them as well. I was trying to find a couple of games that I thought we might differ on a little bit.
The
but
Broncos need that thing too, man. That's
all right, last one for us. We got the Green Bay Packers.
Wait, let me flip. I'm going to take the Broncos.
You're taking the Broncos?
Yeah, because they're desperate.
All right, that was your decision, not ours. Don't use it as don't say you went anti against us, okay?
I did. I went off with Joe right there.
All right. Let's go with the big bonanza of a game in the NFC North. Green Bay versus Minnesota, and the Vikings are laying a point.
At Minnesota?
Yeah.
At Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm going with Sam. I am.
Okay. All right. You're going with Minnie. I'm going with Green Flippin' Bay.
I keep picking against the Vikings, and they keep winning, man. Yeah, I'm with Leon. I can't pick against him anymore. I'm going with the Vikings, man.
Going many?
Yeah.
They do keep winning. All right, let me get these in here real quick just to let you know what Coach went with, because Coach was talking trash this morning, people. He got on the text thread, and he's like, I want to consider you guys winners, and I do as a friend, but you are not winners when it comes to the picks, because he is dominating.
He's up about 3 games.
He took Boise State and the points, Oregon and the points, Arizona State and the points.
He likes the points.
Georgia
games, huh?
laying the points. He took Minnesota and Cincinnati.
All right.
We are in. So that's that. Okay, all of our picks are in. Let's just finish out our show before we are done. One quick thought. We asked a handful of fans earlier to give us an idea of what they were looking forward to, and it was mostly tailgating, being with friends, last chance to be at the bank, or more than that, outside of the bank, tailgating. What are you looking for Sunday?
Pretty much the same thing. I'm looking forward to me and Little Man Stewart signing autographs for the fans.
Yep.
In the last home game at the stadium. Outside of that, I don't know. Might grab me some good popcorn on the way to the owner suite. What do you want me to
That's where
say?
you're at right now with this team,
What do you
man?
want me to do?
You're looking forward to the pregame popcorn?
Yeah, I'm going to get me a foot-long hot dog on the way there.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. It's not he's not right. I'm looking forward to seeing how many times they can get BJT the ball. BTJ, excuse me.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
That's it.
I just get Brian Thomas the ball and get him to the point where he gets more comfortable with each rep he gets. Get him to the point where you clearly you have a one. Everybody in the league knows you have a one. And then you start building around that. You've got a quarterback. You paid him $275 million. Whether y'all out there not like it or not, he's their quarterback. Deal with it. Now you've got a one. Now it's time to fix the offensive line. Period. So let's just start building.
Yeah.
Let's start building a little bit now.
And I don't think there's anything to be gained by beating this football team. You already did it once. You proved you could do it. The Battle of the Bills with our championship belt rests in the hands of Duval. We don't have to worry about giving that bad boy back. But
wait, with a loss, you don't give it back.
It's tied. It's like the Ryder Cup, man. We've held this bad boy since 22. And so once we beat him in 22, it was a split last year, it's a split this year. We beat the H out of him last year here.
True.
Smoked him. And then that last game, man, really hurt us there. All of Duval dinged badly by that one. But, the belt stays in the hands of who retains it.
Of the dub. All right.
That first win was hugely important because they would have had to swept us to get it back. All right, but listen, we are done. We need to say thanks to everybody here. We had a great time because there were a lot of good people that were able to drop on by and enjoy some XLP Hazy. I'll admit, Alex, she said she's more of a Duke's Cold Nose Brown Ale gal, but she said, I like the XLP Hazy IPA. Tom, you gave it high marks? It's okay, you gave it high marks? All right.
The Hazy?
All right. So I think for the most part, the people who did sample the XLP Hazy IPA, they liked it. It was all right. I think it was a damn good brew.
I do too.
Okay? All right, listen, we've got Hayes Carline, Embedded and Shredded, Rick Ballou, the Truth Teller, joined at the hips again. They will come up as we say goodbye to you. We appreciate everybody here at Bold City Brewery. Don't forget the production house on Roselle downtown. When you're heading to the game, make sure you check them out. RJ, good job, my brother. We will talk to y'all next week.
Come on, Joe. That ain't good enough. You gotta suck the blood out my mouth. Let's go, baby. Whoa!